The program works by meeting those victims, usually from a shooting, at the hospital right after they've been treated. Now, we reported on this program when it was first announced back in February, but here at City Hall, we learned how this program is taking shape, what it will entail, as well as how soon it could be rolled out. The program will team up UC Medical Center and Children's Hospital. Dr. Mira Kodegal, the director of trauma at Children's, says nearly all the gunshot victims in the area end up at one of those two facilities. Just a matter of how old the victim is.
We provide really excellent medical care, but we've not always been able to provide the social supports and really recognizing the factors that are driving folks to be victims of violence.
Dr. Kodegal says the hospital wants to do a better job of supporting patients in the weeks and months after being shot. The same goes for UC. Those include connecting victims and their families with housing, transportation, social supports, and mental health and trauma counseling. But most importantly, it will have credible messengers talking with the victims. These are folks who've lived through violence and can speak with the victims about what it's like in their situation. This program will keep track of how many of the victims are involved in a second shooting. Until now, once those victims left, the hospitals wouldn't see them again unless they were injured.
We can go back and look at our data from our registries to develop a baseline to understand what the re-injury rates look like currently. And then one of the things we know is that no matter how effective we are, we're not going to change the tide in a week, a month, or 6 months.
I think the important thing to remember about this program as it's rolled out over the coming months is that it will be collecting as much data as possible. And when the city evaluates to see if it's working, if it's not, the city will pull the plug and search for another way to stem the tide of gun violence. At City Hall, I'm Christian Hauser.
You can always find our stories here on YouTube, but go ahead and click subscribe to get notifications and stay in the know.